less intrusive on Pine Ridge, or to just deny the sign altogether. So it's next Thursday, the 26th of June at 9 a.m. And I encourage everybody here to attend that hearing, and tell your friends and neighbors. We're going to advertise it on the website as well as on the mailboxes, and try and get as many people as we can to attend that meeting and show that Pine Ridge does not want that sign going up there, because it's just going to be too much. I mean, if we didn't have all the mature trees that we do, you'd probably see it all the way back here. It's going to be that big of a sign. So that's that. It's very important that we try and get that taken care of. The next thing is, in the billing that some of you may have already received, or it's going out, we did a real estate update, and I put some copies back there for you too, just to kind of update people. The values in Pine Ridge have increased dramatically over the last year or so, and we want to make sure that people, if they rent their unit, if they sell their unit, if you're thinking about it, that you know what you can get for it, and you get full value, that you don't leave any money on the table. When the values change in such a short period of time, some people may not realize it and let their unit go for less than it's worth, and we like you to realize full value for it. Feeding the cats. People are feeding the cats again. I've caught a couple of people, spoken to them. They've told me that they're going to stop. Feeding the cats does a lot of negative things, and one thing that it does is it attracts unwanted wildlife. The raccoons will eat the cat food just as much as the cats will. And we're having a lot of wildlife issues, and we need to keep them to a minimum. So please, if you are feeding the cats, stop. If you know somebody who is, ask them to stop. If you don't want to, let me know. I'll go out there and ask them to stop, or else we'll fine them for breaking the rules, because it's a real serious offense at this point. We gotta cut that. Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask a question?
Sure.
Just regarding the feeding of the cats, someone had mentioned to me that those feral cats, that when they were taken away and neutered and brought back, that it was supposed to be the association's responsibility to feed them. I think that's why some people are. They think they're supposed to. Is that true?
We have a rule in the association against feeding stray animals, and they are stray animals. I'm going to dig into with the county if we're supposed to be feeding them or not. My answer to you is no. And even if we are supposed to be feeding them as an association, it does not give any one association member the right to break a rule and go ahead and do that. So if you're feeding the cats, you do need to stop doing that. And it is causing other problems. Raccoon population in this community has gone way up in just the time that I've been here. And they come out during the day and they go for the cat food. They really like it a lot. So it causes other problems. It attracts other cats that are not tagged and released, that have not been neutered or spayed. And we've even have some kittens in the community now, some new ones. And that's going to cause kittens. But that's going to cause other problems. We've received the new mailboxes. They are here. We're getting ready to install them. Before we install the mailboxes, we're going to refurbish the shelters, repaint them, make sure they're all secure, standing strong, that stuff. We're going to put new bulletin boards on every single one. And the one on Windsor Club Circle, we're already about halfway done refurbishing it, and we're working with the post office to organize what the best way is to install the new boxes without interrupting anybody's service for more than a day or so at the most. Yeah, we're really not supposed to have any questions during the meeting. The only people who are supposed to talk are up here. Sorry about that. The lake. We started this month with our new lake vendor, Gulf Coast Aquatics. They spent a significant amount of time here last week, much longer than the normal lake vendor that we had before would spend. They did a good job treating the lake. They went out there in a boat so that way they could get all sections of the lake, which is much better than what we had. And next month, we hope to introduce the grass carp that they'll be putting in. That'll eat a lot of the weeds and algae and things like that. We're just waiting on the county to issue the permit so we can do that. We also this month are working on replacing the benches around the shuffleboard court. The ones that we had were kind of rotting away and they weren't very sturdy. The new ones look a lot better. They're similar to the style that we have all around the community. And it also increases the seating that we had out there. We had about 16 seats. Now we'll have about 28 seats. So when shuffleboard comes around, not as many people have to stand around. They'll have a place to sit, which is nice. That's all I have for you tonight. I know some of you guys have questions. At the end, I'll be happy to answer any questions, okay?
Is that a bar?
You know, we do have an open forum so that you can ask questions before the meeting starts.
I didn't know what question I had until I heard you.
Treasurer's report.
I'm happy to report that the community's finances remain in good health. Recently, our reserve account, which is kept at CNI Bank, grew to exceed the FDIC insured limit of $250,000.
I'm on the board of directors of my condo association. Would be too.
To make sure that all of the association funds remained insured, we moved $247,000 into a one-year CD at Iberia Bank. This CD pays only 1%, but in today's banking market, this actually isn't bad. Upon the CD's maturity, it will be just under the limit, and at that time, we can look for a more favorable investment without tying up the funds for too long. This month, we paid for the mailboxes that are soon to be replaced around the community. The majority of this was paid out of reserves. The remainder was paid from the contingency fund. Also, this month, we renewed our state permits for both the pool and the spa. I have attached the balance statements and income statements for your review. If you have any questions or would like to review the financial statement in greater detail, please see Eric or myself, and we would be happy to share this information with you.
President's report.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to?
I really have nothing to say except that I would encourage everyone, as Eric asked, to make anyone who can make an appearance so we can hopefully avoid having that sign placed down there at the value sign that he mentioned. Other than that, have a nice summer.
Thank you, Ann.
You're welcome.
Eric and I took a trip around and we looked at the plantings around the east side of the lake today, and they look like they're coming along pretty good, and hopefully by this time next year we'll have some height out there. We still have a problem on the south end of the line getting enough moisture to the new plantings, but he's going to look into that. I got a message like this. It says, from the USPS.com, your parcel has arrived on June the 5th, and courier was unable to deliver the parcel. Print out your label and show it to your nearest post office to get a parcel. I didn't print out the label. I just took it down. I said, what's this all about? And they said it's a scam. So if any of you get a notice that you have a parcel that was undelivered, don't open the email. Just yeah, she said they do not send out emails. So that's that. Committee reports.
No report. At this time, more later.
Anybody?
The welcoming committee's doing a bang-up job. Yeah, sorry. We need to get a packet to them tonight.
Sure.
But we're working on it. Sorry.
Well, Eric mentioned that we're working with the new people on the lake to get some grass carp and get it cleaned up there. And and I mentioned the plantings. That's about all there is.
I'd like to piggyback on hers, if I may, please. And Ann, we'd all like to wish you happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Kenny, did you have any reports?
No, the only question I had, Eric, was, I heard that we've had unauthorized people going into the pool. How are they getting into the pool? They're getting in on somebody else's card or what?
That's what we think, and we're going to talk about that here on the agenda coming up.
Okay, great. That's all I got.
We have I hope all of you picked this up. It's information about the house or unit for sale at 9930 Sellview Court, also known, number 18, also known as 131B3. And we're offering it to sale for Pine Ridge owners and renters only, way of sealed bid. The minimum required is $60,000, and they're cash buyers only. All sealed bids must be submitted with proof of funds to the Pine Ridge office located here at 4801 Lakeside Club Boulevard. And the deadline is June the 30th at 4:00 p.m.
It says 13 on there.
Yeah, by the way, I did say 13 on there. It's 14. If you're interested and would like to see the unit, make an appointment with Eric at the office. If you are interested in bidding, you will be provided a letter of intent form and can make a bid, a sealed bid at that time. Any questions?
No, it's not lakefront. We actually had it sold and the deal fell through, so we want to put it back, but offer it to the residents of Pine Ridge first before we list it for sale.
Okay, Carol, I think you had a point about their umbrellas.
Yeah, this last season, 8 of the 13 umbrellas that we use around the pool were broken or damaged. The umbrella fabric remains in good condition, but the handles and frames are failing. We can replace the entire umbrella for a cost of $250 each, or we can replace just the frame and keep the same fabric for a cost of $125 each. So I'd like to move that we replace the 13 umbrella frames around the pool at a cost of $125 each to be paid out of the replacement pool furniture reserve, which has money, right?
Right. I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passed. Skip, you want to talk about
Okay.
the pool problem?
Yeah, we're getting unauthorized people coming into the pool.
Oh, nice job.
Pardon?
He's talking to someone else. He's talking to someone else.
Oh. They're coming in with the ones we've seen so far with other people's pool passes. They've come with kids, adults, and what we want to do is stop it. So what we're bringing up, or what I'm bringing up, is we're going to, with the board's permission, shut the pool pass program down, where everyone here, or everyone that's a legitimate member of Pine Ridge, when you come to the pool, it's only going to take a couple of minutes. You come inside and they'll reactivate your card. But they'll also ask you where you live, and to prove that we're still talking to the right people. At the end, we should be down to a couple of cards where they'll either stop coming with them, or we're going to catch them and take the cards. So that we're going to start in July. We haven't set a date yet, but we've all kind of agreed that it's getting kind of out of hand. The other day there was a man, a woman, and 2 kids And when they left the pool because the afternoon crowd came in to play bingo. So the ex-cop in me said, let me sit over here and see where they go to. If they go to a house, I'll know what's going on. So they left. They didn't go to anybody's house. They went right to the front gate, and out they went. So I think it's time that we did something about it, and that's what the board is. I'm looking for the board to say, okay, we're going to do it. And so I'm making that motion. We're going to shut the program down and just inconvenience us for 5 minutes, if that.
I second the motion. I'd also like to say that they're also propping the gates open. You know, they're putting like a garbage can in front of the pool doors so that they can all come in and out at will. So if anybody sees the gates open and propped open, close them. I mean, I've seen that happening, and it's, you know, if you close them, they're shut down, at least for a minute.
It's the 7th. Yeah, we're looking at that thing.
Did we get an okay there?
It's not the 7th.
I tell you what, we'll have questions at the end, okay?
Okay, the motion is that we close down the gate key operation and restart it sometime in early July. When
What we'll do
was made by Skip and seconded by Carol. Do I have a
All those in favor?
Hmm?
All those in favor?
Yeah.
Me? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Pass.
Thank you.
what we'll do is we'll let everybody know what the date is going to be that we shut those pool passes down. But it's really the only way to kind of weed out the people who who shouldn't be here. I mean, people over the years have moved out, or they're rented here and they got their pool pass. And we have a program where we'll buy the pool pass back from you, but it doesn't mean that everybody brings their pool pass back, and they could hand it to, you know, anybody they want to. And one of the downsides of having a beautiful pool like this is people want to come here and swim. So the only real way to weed out the bad ones is to close it down. But we'll let everybody know the date. We'll try and come up with some sort of system where you can kind of pre-register so that way you're not even affected at all. But this is the way that we can catch the people, and this is the way that we can make it where the pool that you guys pay for, you guys use, and not, you know, people coming in on the street, off the street, using it. Because it's number one, it's a security issue, and number two, it's just not fair to you guys.
Any other business?
What, Ken?
No, not nothing.
What do you say?
Any other business?
What? No, I don't have.
Okay. Now that we're close to adjournment, or we'll take some questions, Pat.
I just wanted to ask, how much right do I have to go out and tell these people? Can I go out, you know, basically throw them out?
Well, my recommendation to somebody, the people who, if they're here and they don't belong here, they're trespassers. You don't want to put yourself in harm's way. So if you can just ascertain whether they belong here or not, you know, hey, who are you? You know, do you live here? Do you have a family member that lives here? If they say no. Okay, great. Have a good day. Go inside and call the sheriff and have him do the dirty work. There's no, I would hate to see, you know, you put yourself in danger or somebody, you know.
Can I ask them who they're visiting?
Absolutely.
And an address and a number?
You can ask them, and I mean, they may or may not tell you, but you can ask them, sure.
If they don't tell me, then
Yeah. Then they're probably illegal, and you can,
that's what happened.
yeah. But hopefully we won't have that concern once we go through this process and we reinstate everybody's card.
Hello, my name is Pat Durkin. I'm new here. This is my wife, Kathy.
Hi,
Hi,
nice
Kat.
to meet you.
Pleasure. What exactly is an unauthorized person? Can you fill me in on that?
It's not a resident, not a guest, someone who comes in to use the pool because they were handed a card from somebody, or they may have rented here or lived here years ago,
Or they follow you in from
or
the
they,
front gate.
you know, and they still are coming in and using the pool. So the pool is for the exclusive use of the residents and their guests. And we don't want outside people coming, you know, kids coming in from the neighborhood, surrounding neighborhood, that type of thing.
Just tell them that.
Diane.
For people that work, still, how do I get keys for the mailbox? I have to go to the post office,
No, we have the keys here, so we will.
but still, I don't get home till 6. You guys are rolling out.
We'll talk. We'll figure out a way to get you your key. No problem.
I suggest that for pool, when we have guests at my parents' place where they live, they have to go register them and give them a thing that they wear around their wrist as a guest, so you know they're a guest.
That is a good.
That's not a bad idea. And that's something we can look at once this community. I mean, I don't know how long. As long as I've been here, we've had this pool pass system. I don't know how long we've had it here, but I don't think this type of maintenance has ever been done on it. And it's a good idea to do it every couple of years. Just close it out and start over. That way, you know the people who are supposed to be here are the people here. So if it still presents a problem after this is done, that is something we would consider. Yeah.
Do you have a way of identifying the card that's used? In other words, you could say who used the card, right? You can tell, oh, maybe that person moved out. And you can tell that card is no good.
Well, like when you bring your card in to me, I can pull it up in the computer and say, this is Ron DeFeo's card. But when the card is used outside, I have no way of knowing if Ron DeFeo scanned it or if, you know, Eric Ray scanned it. There's whoever has it in their hand, there's no way to determine that.
No, but I'm saying if somebody moved out of here
Mhm.
and kept their card, and you look up and see that card was used,
It doesn't.
they don't live here.
It doesn't keep. It's not that sophisticated. It doesn't keep really that. It doesn't keep a log like that. It's either the card is on or the card is off. Yeah.
I have a suggestion for as far as the hotel signage. I recommend that we sign a petition. That way people cannot make that hearing. Then you'll have a huge list of names, and so you look more substantial than just.
Yeah. Anybody is allowed to submit a letter in writing is what they ask for. A petition. I don't know. But a letter in writing stating, you know, we don't want this here and why, and sign it. And if you want to bring that by the office, I'll be happy to bring that with me on Thursday if you can't make it. Last question. I saw you had your hand up.
Yes. It's opening up the gates with the garbage cans or whatever that
Thanks, Matt.
I would think is much of the problem.
Show me how to do this.
Walking in. My mother and I come in every Sunday into the pool house, and I would venture to say that only one time out of maybe 7 the doors are locked. This door and the one in the front. So it's not, you know, it's not just the gates. People are not being careful with locking the entire area. And I don't know if anybody comes to check it later on at night to see if everything is locked, but we make sure that everything is dark when we leave. This one is always open.
Well, every time I go to this one, it's locked. But we'll double check all that stuff. And the one thing I do want to say about the pool gates being propped open, that's a health department violation. These gates, we're required to have gates that automatically close. And if they don't automatically close, we get in trouble for that. That's a violation. And if they came here, if the county came in and saw the gate propped open in any way, whether it's a trash can or a chair or whatever it is, the association is going to get in trouble for that. So that's another reason to make sure they're closed and locked at all times.
Is it possible to lock that gate?
Hey, Eric.
This one open after 4?
Eric.
Eric,
Yeah, Ann.
just a second, Ann.
Go ahead,
If
Ann.
this discussion is going to continue, those people need to get to the mic so they can be heard.
Okay. Well, I think we're just about done. We're going to go with this plan and disconnect everybody's card and reconnect them and weed out the bad people. And if it still presents a problem, we'll look at it then.
Any other point? Meeting adjourned.
How about that, Ann?
I just jumped on
Yeah, I kind of got carried away. It was like